You know, life is like a chessboard, right? The same way that God is the master of all of the chess pieces, the enemy uses the chessboard as well, but in their own way. So look at it this way. When you have like the pawns on the chessboard, they are that first row, those little bitty people, and they can only move forward one step at a time. But when they first step out, they are two steps forward. And then for the rest of it, it's just one step. So this is how the enemy uses those pawns to bait you to come into your life. Is you ever notice how when a person comes into your life and they were sent in as a distraction, someone to try to sabotage you, steal from you, do whatever it is that they could do to you? You ever notice how when they first enter your life, they enter very aggressively? They like force their way into your life because they took those two steps forward to come into your life. But here's what the enemy does. The enemy uses those people, that pawn, to go ahead and come into your life and everything just to distract you. But you ever realize that if you can have another pawn trying to get rid of this pawn, the enemy has another, more skilled chess piece to actually try to come after the king. Or you know who they come after first? They come after the queen first, because they know if they kill the most powerful piece on the chessboard, then the king is just up for grabs. They got it. Checkmate. So here's what they do. So the enemy is going to use a person as a pawn to come into your life and start talking to you, distracting you, kind of shooting a breeze with you. And these people have no idea that they're being used by the enemy. They have no idea that they're being an agent at this point. But what happened is, like, while the enemy is just sitting here distracting you, the enemy has another plan going on behind the scenes so they can come in for the kill. They'll send that knight in, slide in. They'll send that rook. They'll send that bishop. So what happens here is that when the enemy comes in for the kill and you get blown, you get something happens. When the enemy sends people into your life, destruction happens. Okay. When the enemy does that, you sitting here looking at the pawn thinking that it was them, when in all actuality, it was the enemy that did this. But the enemy is a coward, and the enemy wants to hide and, hide behind, like, I don't want anybody to see me. No, baby, come out. Come out, let's go. So what the enemy wants to do instead is send people, use people. So it's like, no, don't get mad at the enemy. Get mad at that person. They want you to get mad and have anger and resentment towards that person so that you don't even think that it was the enemy that did it. You think it was them. So in all actuality, the enemy is the one that brought these people into your life, but these people have no idea that they're being used. They're just like, they're such in a low vibration that the enemy says, go do this, go do that, go do that. So they're hearing this voice, but they're thinking they're hearing God. They're hearing the devil on their ear. It's like the two people, they're listening to the wrong voice. That's all I got to say. Peace out.